Ache. Concern over call for corner kits to be checked by VAR. Guys, it's getting dark, man. I don't think it's getting dark. Obviously, there's always going to be people in favor regarding VAR in football. Do you know what I mean? But I think 2026, we know the World Cup is approaching. There's going to be a lot of trials and errors. I reckon VAR could get introduced to 2026 World Cup. There's been talks about it. Let me get into it so you can understand a full breakdown of what could be happening.
I'm sorry, but if you think the new VAR at the World Cup is a horrible decision, I cannot disagree with you more. FIFA announced the VAR is not going to have power over corners and second yellow cards in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And I'm seeing comments of people saying, keep on destroying the beautiful game. The game is gone. So you're telling me in a World Cup final, which happens once every 4 years, if the ball crosses the line and was given as a corner kick and the team scored from it, you would rather go home instead of waiting a couple minutes and come back in 4 years to try again. Because at the end of the...
Here's my thing regarding VAR, innit? Football, we know, football can be corrupt, innit? It can be corrupt. Just call a spade a spade. So if they're introducing VAR, and obviously they're probably going to pilot. If it's successful in 2026 FIFA World Cup, then we could see it in the Prem. What's your thoughts about? Do you think that the game should just be played how the game should be played? Do you think that referees should have the power to make their decision of what they've seen? Yeah, let me know in the comments.
Y'all don't disagree with this until it's your turn to go through it. If a team scored a corner that wasn't supposed to be a corner, or got a second yellow that wasn't supposed to be a second yellow in a competition, you have to wait once every 4 years to play. That generates millions.
Here's my thing. Obviously, it's based on the back of, at the moment, corners. Obviously, this is a link, and this is concerned over calls for corner kicks checked by VAR, and this says competitions are set to be given a chance over whether to use VAR to check corner kicks with some concerns. Is it a further step towards refereeing the game? FIFA is keen on corner kicks awards being checked at the World Cup this summer. So it's not saying it's a fact, but it's indicating that this could be. It could happen. It says FIFA keen this summer with its referee chief Piers Linguini. I don't know this name, saying last month it would be a pity if a honest mistake decided a match at its finals. So when you got a chief referee saying it will be a pity if an honest mistake decided the match of its finals, yeah, man, we've seen it with England though. Like, what World Cup was it? It was about 12 years against Germany when Lampard, I think he shot from far and it was a goal, and it didn't get cleared as a goal. We saw it literally in the World Cup against Germany. So obviously I know that's not a corner, but we saw that, and there was like a riot nearly happening, saying, bro, how come that goal didn't get let in and it was a goal? The whole ball went in the net. Why didn't it get in? So yeah, man, this is an interesting one for me.
And millions of dollars for the country, for the players. You would rather go home than wait a couple minutes. And again, it's not going to take a couple minutes. It's going to take a lot more than a couple minutes. Sometimes, depending on the game is obviously going to slow down. But I'd rather have a slow game where the right decisions are being made than a fast one, which everywhere I turn, there's a wrong decision and my team is knocked out in the last minute of a game because of a...
That is got a point, but let me know in the thoughts. Obviously, look, for this to be approved, you have to go through the International Football Association board, you get me? And there's 2 dates per year. It's either one next week, annual business meeting in London, or an annual general meeting in Wales on February the 28th. So that's when they start discussing these things. But for a World Cup, it's always good to introduce it, to pilot it, to see how it would be introduced. Approval is likely, though, for it to be introduced in the World Cup. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Obviously, this is another article that has come up as well. And this is literally Wednesday. This is literally Wednesday. VA corners used set to VA by competitions. And this is, get me, competitions are set to be given a choice over whether to use VA to check corner kicks. With some concerns, is a further step. Same thing, you get me? It was the same thing that it kind of said here. Let's see what.
So in case you didn't know, the World Cup is officially cooked because matches might become the longest it's ever been. See, VAR is only used for 4 things right now: goals, penalties, red cards, and
to be honest, on the flip side where people are concerning, there's a lot of corners. There could be a lot of corners if the game is obviously end to end. So if VA is being used every single time, then obviously it's going to slow it down. But if it's not, do you know what I mean? You need to look at how quick, obviously, VA will be used and confirm if something is a corner, or maybe, yeah, man. Obviously, they've worded it right. So they've worded it right. They could choose to use it. So
cards given to a wrong player. But for the upcoming World Cup, FIFA are adding 2 brand new VAR rules. Rule number 1 is corner kicks. If a corner kick is given or not given by mistake, VAR can go back and overturn it. It low-key sounds small, but in reality, corner kicks are huge. It could lead to a goal. It could lead to a World Cup title. But rule 2, bro, it's crazy. VAR can now look at second yellow cards. Imagine the World Cup final. Lamine Yamal loses the ball to Mbappe. Mbappe's on for the counter.
yeah, the yellow card thing for me, it should always give the power to the ref, whether he gives a yellow card or not. I think that brings the little controversy, that brings the outrageous, whether the ref done a good job or whether he didn't do a good job. But it's like taking the power off the referees to just. So what does the referees do? So soon are they gonna eliminate the referees and then let VA just run the whole game? Do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a techie one, that one.
Yamal pulls on Mbappe's shirt and no yellow card is given. VAR goes back and checks it. Yamal's already on a yellow, and then he's given a second yellow for a red card. But
nah, this is fact. That there now can ruin a game, and it can ruin the sport. It can ruin the game, and it's definitely cooked. This is the area that, I don't know. But maybe that's why they could be introducing it in World Cup, and then if they introduce it, they can see how it works or if it don't work. But
massive issue with this rule. Straight red cards are rare, but yellows, they aren't. At the 2022 World Cup, about 3 yellow cards were given per game. Each VAR check takes about 5 minutes. That's already 15 minutes just for second yellow cards, not including corner kicks and the rest of the rules. Bro, we're really about to see 30 minutes of additional time at the World Cup. So
nah, the way he said that, he put it into perspective. Yeah, 30 minutes. Listen, let me know in the comments what you think, man. This one here is something that where it's like there's a pro and a con. Maybe just leave the game for how the game needs to be. But anyway, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Peace.